Well, hello. I am going to do a reading for a wonderful person who got a hold of me on Facebook after I did a reading for Andrea Kreider. Her name is Lindsay Santiago. And Lindsay and I have already had a very nice discussion on Facebook, but we had talked about some necessary things, and I had told her that I had gone ahead and just barely Facebook stalked her, so to speak. I just wanted to get some information on her, mostly just view her by her pictures. You can tell a lot about a person, even through pictures, just by looking into their eyes and seeing their true essence. And as I told her, and she's probably watching this. So as I told you, dear, I saw that you had a lot of pain and hurt in those eyes that we had already spoken on. But I also saw some beautiful, wonderful things in your eyes. A wonderful light, a little bit of naivety, but that's okay. I think that most females have that within them. And definitely a lot of empathy for others around you. Not just others, but I feel like you have empathy for everything around you, whether that's the birds and the bees or uh, other animals, trees, anything that has life involved in it. Shuffling these cards is so not good for me, like I was saying before, so I'm just going to do this number. But anyways, my dear, it was a joy getting to know you so far. This reading is for you. I never ask people to give me a specific question, like, are you wanting this to be for love or money or whatever? I'm just going to go with whatever the cards want me to go with. One thing I wanted to mention really quick, because a lot of people, not you, but I'm just saying for others who may be watching this today, I know that a lot of people give people who do tarot card readings and whatnot a hard time. They say it's not religious. They say it's not a good thing to do and all this other stuff. Well, let me tell you something. Everything that is here with us here is of God. Now, I'm not saying, and also one thing about the cards is they're cards. It's for entertainment more than anything else. But when I read the cards, I try to keep positive messages flowing from the cards. And if there's something in there that you need to know that could help you, that may be a little bit more negative in a way, I'm definitely going to let you know that too. So the cards are not to be taken seriously completely. Like, you're not going to sit here and have a tarot reading and be like, oh my gosh, that's my whole life. I have to do this now. No, this is guidance. These are guidance, a guidance tool. Some people use them as not a guidance tool, and that's when they get into trouble. So I believe heavily, look, God's already having me talk for him. He. I believe that God is spiritually inclined to give us a lot of things here on this planet. And I sometimes I talk at first, and I believe this is intuitional stuff that you may need to hear. So bear with me before we start reading cards. But I just want you guys to know, mostly you, Lindsay, that, God created you, and he created me, and he created the things around you for a reason. Sometimes those reasons are for learning, and they're hard. They're hard lessons to have to learn. But yet, again, if you learn them and then you take them with you and you move forward with them, they're usually for a really good reason. And then, of course, there's the good things in life. And God always puts good things in your life, because you know what? Life is hard. And he knows that, or it knows that. Great Spirit knows that. It's hard. And so he's going to give you good things in life too. Keep you motivated, keep you moving throughout. Unfortunately, here in life too, you run across a lot of things, right? You run across other humans, you run across angels, you run across demons. You run across people stuck in ego. You run across people stuck in their, you'll run across actual narcissists, which I have a lot of times in my life. And those are the people that usually teach us the hardest lessons, right? But as long as you can live through them, and trust me, live is honestly what you have to do, right? These people will beat you down. They will abuse you. They want to unalive you. I mean, I'm serious about that. But as long as you can live through that, which you will because you're protected by God, then the strength that you get from that, you're going to look back and actually thank them. After you stop talking to them and you've left them alone, right? But you're going to thank them for making you stronger, for making you strong in God and in his power and his ultimate wisdom and love, and for his protection over you through that hard time or through your hard times. I've had multiple times, okay? And some of us have. But like I was telling you before, you had said that, and I'm the same way. I think a lot of us here are. I believe that everyone who is born on this planet is here for a reason, okay? Some of us, though, have a higher calling. I'm going to put it that way. We're not like chosen, but we're higher in callings. And so the more trauma, the more abuse, the more you suffer, which sounds horrible in a way. But what does it do? It builds you into a warrior. And so just keep that in mind as you go through your life, Lindsay, that you are being built into a warrior. And you have choices on that as well. You cannot be built into a warrior, and you can just lie down your weapons and become one of them, just in their ego and full of themselves. Or you can heighten from that, and you can break into another realm that God has created for you, which is in your mind and in your soul. It's not like here, okay? When I talk about these things too, people usually freak out or call me crazy. You know what? Maybe I'm crazy. But when I look around and realize that I'm made of only molecules with air and space between them, what could get more crazier? That there's really nothing different between me, this deck of cards, and this here table, a pen. We're all made of molecules. What does this mean? Well, what's really good about that is molecules are alive just like I am. Well, in a way, technically they're not, but they're energy, and I'm energy, and you're energy. And so with that all in mind, we're all connected. People don't like to think that way. Do you know why? Again, they're an ego. They don't want to be connected to you. They want to be separate. They think that they're cooler than you or better than you. No, nobody's better than anyone else here. Okay? Nobody. No animal, no creature. Because we're all made out of love. We're all made out of love. And that love happens to be the atoms and molecules that hold us together, but they're still love. The great creator was the best scientist in the whole entire world. And basically what I'm trying to point out to at the very end here is that you were talking about when you were a little girl and how you felt different and how it kind of scared you. Well, it scared people around you too. And that's why they try to hold you back from knowing what you are, who you are, and what you're destined to do here. People used to tell me when I was a kid, you're destined to do something here, or we all have a purpose here. And I'd be like, well, what in the world is that? Just to live and die? No. I'm figuring it out now. We do all have a purpose here. We all have a journey here. We all have a reason to be here. The ultimate reason is to learn love. And I'm not talking about I love you. I'm talking about unconditional love for every single thing around you, every single thing. Being grateful for the table I'm sitting at today because I've been homeless, okay? I didn't have a table to sit at for a while. And I honestly have been homeless. I don't know about you, but I have been. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for a bed to sleep in. I'm grateful for the man I'm with now because he has never abused me or treated me badly. I finally found a good one. I'm 51 years old. It took me 49 years to find this man, okay? And 49 years of heartache till I found him. But God knew the right timing for him, and trust me, it's the right timing. Because like I said, I have surgery coming up, and this man's always been so good to me. And when you realize these things, Lindsay, when you start to look around, and I'm not picking on you, I'm talking. As I'm talking, I hope that you're getting, like I said, some messages that you need to hear. But when I look around me and think of where I've come from to here now, I am so ever grateful because I know that I could have never done it alone. And that the whole time the great creator was with me, holding me up, protecting me. I've had broken bones. I've been homeless. I have been called bad names. I've had people slander me. I've been through a lot. I'm not going to lie. And some things I don't even want to mention on here. But here I am at 51 years old, a little bit broken, a little bit battered, but in the end, ultimately knowing that everything that I want to do from this day forward until the day I should die, and then even after I should die, I want to do in pure, unadulterated, completely unconditional love towards you, towards everything around me. And once you learn that, not that you haven't already, but once you learn that, it's hard to practice it. But I feel, Lindsay, that you are ready to practice it. I saw it in your eyes. But the first thing you need to do, is let God guide you into that. Let Him protect you. Let Him lead you, because you know it's a hard journey to take. You're going to have to look at some of your bad qualities of yourself first too. Because until you can realize that you also have some bad things, right? I've asked people for forgiveness from my past because of that. But once you see that in yourself, it helps you to see the love that you should have for yourself. You recognize that no matter how bad you've been, now you can be the best you've ever going to be. And when those adults hold you back in the day when you were young from your spiritual gifts, which by the way, I feel like yours is healing, and you're a good healer. And I'm not talking about like you can put your hands on someone and heal them. I'm talking about healing their heart, their soul, and their mind, and teaching them to understand, like I was talking about, unconditional love, not just for the people around them, but for themselves, and not ego-based. There's two different kinds right there, right? There's the ego-based love. I am that. I'm the shit, basically, which is not the good one. And then you have the basically good one, which is the unconditional love. And the unconditional love is where you recognize that you are spiritually made and that you're a beautiful creation and that you're here to heighten and enlighten other people around you. But enough talk. Let's get on to your reading, Lindsay. Anyways, with all of that said and done, I hope something there struck your chord. You said something about wanting a 10 spread reading. I'm going to go with a shorter one since I've already wasted almost, oh, there we go, 12 minutes of talk, but that's okay. And by the way, 12 could be a really spiritual number for you since I just looked over and it was at 12. So go ahead and look up that number as an angel number and see what that means. If it might have another message for you in there. I'm just going to go with the 7 cards because, well, that's kind of what I did with my last person. I have an alarm coming on. So it seemed to work out well. Past, present, your future. Okay? And other cards, and these two to confirm if we need to be confirming. And even if we don't, we'll probably read them anyways, Miss Lindsay. So in your past, it is showing me the Queen of Pentacles. It's showing me the Queen of Pentacles upside down, but that's okay. Because what it means is financial independence, self-care, work, home, conflict, self-centered, jealousy, and smothering. Very interesting. Well, in your past, now mind you, time is fluid. So with that said, just because I'm calling this a past card, I should have told that to Andrea too, but I forgot. Doesn't mean anything. This could be happening now because time is fluid. Or it could be happening, or you could say, no, that was my past, okay? Or it could still be coming up. But usually if it's this card, it's coming up very soon if it hasn't hit yet. Basically what this is talking about is that you in the past, you wanted to have your own independence. You had a hard time taking care of yourself because you're trying to take care of everyone else around you. Your work-home conflict was coming from the fact that you were working so hard, but yet trying to maintain your home as well. Perhaps in your home life at that point, you had some abuse happening or you had some bad things happening. It was really hard for you to go to work each day when you felt the way you felt internally. It was hard for you to take care of yourself, your kids, your world around you. And if you don't have children, then, you know, just taking care of the world around you, right? The shopping and all of that. It was hard for you because the person you were with didn't really value you, or the people that were around you didn't really value you. They expected you to do a lot for them. I feel like you had people who were very self-centered around you. And you had people who were jealous of you for some reason. And people who smothered you. They wouldn't just let you breathe and be yourself. And they were probably jealous because they thought you were having a great home life, right? You put on a pretty picture, but in reality, it wasn't as great as they thought it was. And that's fine, because all of us do that. We want everyone to think everything's okay. And why do we do that? That's part of our empathy for others, right? You know that they're going through hard times too. Everyone has hard times. Why should you have to put yours onto them? Sometimes you should. It's okay to ask for friends, by the way. And I hope that you will. And you know what, Lindsay? I don't know you in person, but I'm here for you now. I'm your friend. So, this would be your present. This is what's going on right now. It's the Magician. I'm going to show it to you. Now, this is manipulation, poor planning, untapped talents, insecurity, lack of confidence, and narcissism. If you are, I don't believe that you are the narcissist, okay? It does have that in here, but I believe that presently you are dealing with a narcissist. That could be anybody in your life, okay? And if you are, you have to really recognize that a narcissist is a person who can never be cured. They are evil to the core. They are there to sometimes try to kill you or unalive you. To be honest with you, I shouldn't say kill, but I did. So unalive. That's their main purpose. They are trying to drag you down with them. And honestly, they will hurt you. So you have to be very careful. And if you know who this person is in your life right now, you need to get the crap away from them. That means if you have to move out of the house, if you have to figure out a way to get out, you get out now. Because honestly, it's not a good thing for you to be around. There's a lot of manipulation with this person, which is making it hard for you to plan your life out. Your talents are being hidden, like we were talking about. Probably since your childhood, like you said. Adults that see greatness in children try to hide those from the children, especially if they're talents that they don't like to see. Heaven only knows what happened when you were a child, right? We can't always remember what happened. I mean, you might have moved something with your mind and it freaked people out. You probably still have this in you. The thing I'm trying to say, though, is you have some really great talents that you're not tapping into because you've been taught not to. They're trying to hold you back from tapping into those talents, okay? All I'm trying to say is you need to get away from this narcissist. And if it's somebody that you love, maybe it's the guy you're with, or the person you're with. It doesn't have to be a guy. Your significant other. Sorry about that. Bear with me. But it may be the person that you're with. Get away from them. Get away from them now. Because you know what? You don't need them in your life. And there are, like I was trying to tell you before, you have a lot of God-given talents and gifts that you're going to give out to this world. But if somebody's holding you back or trying to harm you, how's that going to help you? Okay? I know it's hard to get away. I got away from my narcissist. I drove. I was homeless for 2 years in my car. That wasn't that long ago, by the way. Okay? I've had other narcissists in my life. It seems like I've had quite a few. Some have tried to unalive me. Others just treated me poorly, really poorly, like bad. But if you are in this type of atmosphere, I know it's hard to get away, especially if you have young ones that you have to get away with. But if you can and you feel secure enough, take what money you got and run. We'll talk more about that later, and you can let me know what's going on there. Anyways, so your next card for the future. This is the card coming up for you, okay? This is actually a good thing. Trust me on that. But this is the Five of Cups, and it is showing me that you have regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. What did we just talk about? We just talked about the narcissist holding you back. We talked about people holding you back. We talked about, I don't know your situation right now, but if you're in a really bad situation, you need to get the heck out. That's all I gotta say. Because if you don't, you're gonna suffer loss and grief and pain. And it may be something as bad as someone close to you being unalive or hurt, even just hurt by this person here. Okay? Or even just yourself, losing what you could have if you just simply decide to run, okay? So far this reading's been a little bit intense, but it's okay. We're going to keep going. It's been a lot intense. So up here at the top, to kind of go off of these as well, I have Temperance. And this is imbalance, excess extremes, overindulgence, alcoholism, addiction, self-healing, and realignment. I'm going to show you the card. If you're dealing with someone like this narcissist, this evil, okay? This person who's trying to hold you back, you're going to be feeling these things. And you may, because you're trying to deal with those things, I'm not saying you are, Lindsay, but you may be self-indulging in alcohol or addictions, or just trying to get away from this through those means. But this is also talking about self-healing and realignment. So basically you have time left because you got this reading, and also because Spirit is leading you to this, to indulge in self-healing and realignment, whatever that looks like for you. Now, I wanted to go back to this card because I keep thinking this too. I keep forgetting that sometimes this doesn't have to be a person. Sometimes this can be drugs or alcohol, right? It can be something that just isn't helping you move forward in life. And let me tell you something. If you ever meet a person who tells you you are bad for doing whatever you're doing, you need to look at them and say, well, we all have something we do. And that's part of being alive. Some of us overeat. Some of us overindulge in watching TV too much. Some don't exercise enough. Some overindulge in sex. Others, drugs, alcohol. We all have something. And I don't know how many people, but I feel like they have in your past, or now even, tell you you're so bad for all the things you're doing. Well, again, before they cast those stones, they might want to take a look at themselves first. Okay? Then this card is the, I'm really bad at these, but I think it's the Ten of Cups. It's reversed. So it's lack of inner joy. It's smugness, it's dissatisfaction, indulgence, materialism, and inner happiness. Here's the card. And if you can read Roman numerals better than I can, go for it. I'm really bad at that. I apologize. But anyways, it's more the message behind the card, right? So, lacking inner joy, being smug, being dissatisfied in life. Overindulgence, again, two of those cards. Materialism, inner happiness. Well, we all have those moments where we like the things around us, right? Like I said, I was homeless for a while. And when I was living in my car and going through the stuff I was going through by myself, but yet with the power of God above me and keeping me whole and sane and alive, I was lacking some of those things, and then I had to find those things. Even in the situation I was in, I had to learn how to find my inner joy, whatever that meant. For me, that actually meant meditation and yoga. Whatever that means for you, I don't know. Everyone has a different way of getting there. But we're all on a spiritual growth levels, different ones. And I feel like, Lindsay, since me and you talked, you want to be on that, and you are getting there. So you need to, like I keep going back to this, if there are negative people in your life, really toxic, heavily toxic people. This is not just little toxic people. These are the people I used to hang out with, okay? The people I used to find, the people I thought loved me. Gone. Okay? But you can have the inner happiness. It's possible. And I don't believe that you're one who is in your ego. Because if you were in your ego, then you wouldn't be going through these things. So you already know that you can reach unconditional love for Lindsay. You're just going to have to get there. And you will. You will. Because that's what this reading is talking about. Where you're at right now. And how it's hurting you. And how it's not good for you, right? You already know that, though. You didn't need the cards to tell you this, but it is confirmation. But, oh, Lindsay, I can tell by the way that me and you talked that you are built for greatness. I know that. So whatever this hard stuff is, whatever it is, lean on Great Spirit, Divine, God, whatever you want to call it. If you don't believe in that higher power, just know there is a higher power. I know that sounds weird. It's like I'm telling you what to do. But there is a higher power. I always look around me and I think to myself, well, if I've met narcissists and they're completely evil, that must mean that there's an opposite to that, which is completely good. Which means there is good and bad. All right. What is this? Some good stuff. Okay. We have pentacles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of pentacles to be exact. And this is self-development, perfectionism, misdirected activity, no passion, uninspirated, and no motivation. You have motivation. You wouldn't have talked to me if you didn't. You know what? I feel like this is going to turn up for you very soon. It may be here now, but it's going to be here very, very soon. And let me tell you why. You need these pentacles to get out of the situation you're in, and you're going to gain those pentacles. Okay? You're going to get yourself out of that into this. You're going to. And the very last card that I pulled for you is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I could just read Roman numerals. 7 of Cups. Girl, beautiful card. This is opportunities. This is wishful thinking. These are choices, illusions, searching for a purpose, and daydreaming. You see all those things in the cups? That's very interesting. Okay. Right now you have a head, a mushroom. It looks like. What else is in here? A snake, even a snake coming out. And there's a skull and crossbones on some of these. What this card is telling me, at least, is that you have these cups. You're just filling them with the wrong things, as you can tell. Okay? And you're picking other cups, which would be lovers, friends, to consort with, right? Because you want them to fill you up. But they're giving you this weird stuff to put in your cups. And they're not great. They're not the best kind of people. Okay? I mean, my goodness, this one gave you a snake. This one gave you some sort of weird mellow mushroom, probably just to see if you can get high off of it. This one gave you their head. Maybe you wanted that head. We don't know. Maybe they pissed you off. But it is an interesting card for sure. This one has a dragon or a serpent or something coming out of it. This one actually has, I think that's fruit. This one is a tower. Which, by the way, you want to crumble that tower. You want to get rid of all of this. So you need to crumble it all down. Because that was such a dramatic reading, Miss Lindsay, hold on a minute. Bottom of my deck, I do have what I was talking about. So, dark side of wealth, financial failure or loss, fleeting success, lack of stability, lack of resources. And I said, if you want to get out of all this, you have to get some resources, right? Right? that can be easier said than done, but I can tell you what. For every card that we've gotten in here, only 2 have been right side up. That's okay. That means that you have a chance to turn all of these that were upside down right side up. And I have faith in you that you will. Again, you've been blocked your whole life. People have told you, Lindsay, that you were not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. And I'm like telling you, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are good enough. So, stop having people tell you. Stop listening. Start listening to your inner voice inside you. Your decision, your choice, your life. Your life. And Spirit has been with me through this reading, letting you know these crucial messages because Spirit loves you and cares about you just like I do. And we want you to know what's coming for you and what you can achieve. And in time you will. And there they are. And remember too that normally I pray over these, so they have been prayed over many times, like when I first bought them and stuff like that. But to know that right now your ancestors are here, and divine guidance is here, the divine himself is here. They're all present with this reading today. Because I had to go for more cards. These are all just, wow, we know where you're at, but we need to get you out, right? And you will. First one I picked out was this one. This is the Queen of Swords. This is unbiased judgment. This is independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and perceptive. It's everything that I've been trying to tell you need to do to get rid of all of this. It's everything. And I do it for you, which means you're going to get there. This is the Queen. This is the Queen of Swords. Swords are tangible things. Cups and things like that. The cups, those are more like your emotions and feelings, okay? By the way, just so you'll understand that better. But swords are tangible. So you're going to get to this point. You will become that queen. You're already starting to become her. Concentrate fully. Love yourself. Listen only to divine. Don't even listen to me. Like I said, these are for fun. Listen only to divine. Your ancestors are leading and guiding you towards this. They care about you. They love you. And you want to know something? This life here isn't forever. But while we are here, Lindsay, you're going to become this. And you're going to help people. You're going to help people become this too. When they're down, when they're sad, you're going to become that person for them. You may work. You may decide eventually to become a drug counselor. Or you may decide to work in a hospital. But you will become a healer. You already are a healer. You were born that way. Okay? You were born that way. If you're looking for good love, because it seems like what we have here is you're with someone who's narcissistic. I feel that strongly, by the way. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's what's driving you to look into alcohol and drugs to help relieve some of the pain. But if you're looking, and once you leave that person, once you get the heck out, you have the lovers. You're going to find someone else. Oh, I don't know if we can show the naked stuff on here. I forgot. Dang it. But you have the lovers. Okay? And this is a beautiful card. This is finding a person who's going to love and cherish and be with you for the rest of your journey here on earth. They're coming. You're going to meet them. They're out there. I don't think you're with them right now. That's obvious. But they're out there. And they're probably going to be somebody who's gone through some of the same things you've gone through. And together, because look at this beautiful angel. You're going to be blessed to help other people. And they're coming. It's love, harmony, relationship, union, partnership, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. What did I say? The strength of two together. You two are going to save and help other people. Not save, but help them through this journey called life. You're going to sit there and you're going to tell them, hey, you know what? You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. You are giving guidance and light and love. Because I was. This is where I was. I was down here. But I'm up here now. And not only am I up here, but I'm up here with someone else who's up here with me. And not only are we together, but we have the angels looking over us, helping us to guide you all. It's beautiful. And the moon. What this is telling me right now is that if you decide to move out of where you're at right now, which means where you're at in life, not just where you live, but in general, if you decide to try to move away from all of the things that are bringing you down or stopping you from success, from love, from your soul's journey, don't say a word about it. Do it in silence. Move in silence. Because I don't want you getting hurt. Move in silence. This is illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious, and premonitions. There's me. The old lady. What's up? Look. Hold on. That's better. Nobody gets to see me. I don't like to see me. But anyway. Lindsay. We talked about your intuition. And it is strong. Or else you wouldn't have contacted me. But you knew to. And like I said, I want you to move in silence. That's important. Whatever is in your life right now that's hurting you or destroying you or making you feel bad. And if you are not safe, Lindsay, you need to find safety. Okay, if I can help, let me know. We'll get there. But move. Don't let them know. Don't let them know. Keep yourself safe. Get out of the situation you're in. Let's pretend like you are, because I'm not saying you are, but let's pretend like you do have a drinking or drug problem. You can conquer it. I conquered my drinking, and trust me, it was bad. I died 3 times in the hospital from over drinking. I've actually died from that. Stopped breathing and everything. One time they even called my dad from a different state. That's how close to death I was. When I woke up, he was at the hospital in a different state with me. But when you reached out to me, I saw all kinds of things in your eyes. But I also saw naivety, like I said. So don't be naive to these entities that are trying to hold you down and back. And it's not just substance abuse. It's the people around you. There are actually people out here who are not actually people. I know it's hard to believe. Just like there's angels among us, there's narcissists among us, there's demons among us. And you know what? They don't want to see you have any joy. They don't want to see you live. They try to take you out. And they use your own mind against you to do that for them. How crafty. You got this, girl. You got this. And if you need my help, I will try to help you in any way I can. Peace, love, and light. Because the light is in you. It's in you. And you do have spiritual gifts, and they have tried to hold them from you for a long time. Now's your time. Now's your time. You will beat this. And you will beat those people who are trying to keep you there. You are strong. You're beautiful. You are wise. Yep. And by the way, once you do, you're going to find that significant other that matches your energy. And together you guys are doing some really incredible things. You'll be a power couple doing incredible things for other people. Because you would have both learned love for yourself, that deep unconditional love, not the ego, but the actual love. So you can give it to them because you have it for you. So you have enough to give. Like you said, you're not just pouring into other people's cups. You're overflowing. It's overflowing into their cups. And then you're teaching them how to have the same thing happen with them. That's your life here. That's your purpose. It is. You know it is. Wow. It was a deep emotional reading, and I'm sorry, sometimes I get emotional, and it's a beautiful reading. You got this. And I'm surprised, I'm not surprised, I'm happy, sorry, that you're going to be meeting the love of your life very soon, because I met mine. It took a while, but yeah, he's amazing. I'm finally happy. After broken noses and broken bones and missing teeth and going through a lot of hell, broken clavicle bone, I found him. And it was scary leaving and being homeless and knowing I am an intelligent, beautiful woman who deserved better. I got better because I found him. And you will too. Peace, love, and light.